My name is Regan Vincenza. I'm from the pop band Ryker Sear, and I'm very excited to be doing some vlogging for Music Hour UK. So I've got some things planned, interesting subjects that I'm going to discuss, and there'll probably be some behind the scenes things too. But before any of that, I thought this video might be a nice idea to sort of do it as an introduction and tell you a bit about me and my musical journey so far. So firstly, music is my heart's desire, it is my true love, and well, yeah, heart's desire, true love. I think that's a pretty good way of explaining it. I remember getting my first proper karaoke machine for my 8th birthday, I think it was. I was super obsessed with that. I started writing my own songs when I was about 12, 13 years old, which I think seems to be quite a common age to start writing your own music if you're musically inclined. I knew very, very early on that I wanted to do music as a career. I wanted to sing, I wanted to write songs. You know at school when they give you that thing, like you do like a kind of test, you fill in a bunch of questions, like 100 questions or something. At the end you get given a feedback sheet telling you what jobs you'd be good at apparently. They always try to dissuade you from things like music because they say it's an unrealistic career goal. But for me, there's never been another option. It's just always been music, just number one all the time. So some years ago, I ended up leaving formal education and I wanted to obviously take my music seriously and I needed to get some proper songs recorded. Long story short, I found myself in London. I met up with some very nice people and I did my first ever proper recordings. I did that for a while. I had a very good experience, but the way everything was kind of working was sort of leading to me being more of a solo artist. But at that point, I just really wanted to be in a band. So what I did next was I put those demos online, and via MySpace, I met the wonderful James Torselli. We exchanged some messages and I put an audition together for him and some other people. And that ended up being the first form of Ryker Sear. While this was all happening, a company called Andrews UK found the demos I'd put on MySpace and they contacted me. Initially I thought it was a bit dodgy, but they turned out to be a really legit company and they wanted to release the music, which was crazy. So I said, I'm really, really up for this. This is gonna be awesome. But can I re-record the songs I've already done and add a few more to make a whole album with my band? So that's what we did. Like just straight away, we sort of did everything a bit backwards really. We have this distribution deal, so we went and recorded our first album, Out of Time. Like when I listen to that album now, I feel like I still like it. It's good for what it was at the time. I mean, it's just kind of, it's fun and catchy, quite simple, but I think more than anything, what that album really needed was better production, and I've actually learned a lot about songwriting since then. Anyway, it got 7 out of 10 in Rock Sound magazine, so it can't have been too bad. We did a lot of gigs, some cool gigs, and a lot of naff ones. You know what I'm talking about, right? The kind of paying your dues, but that's just something that you've got to do. So 2 of the guys had to leave because they were moving away. Then we got some new band members, and we released a few more really cool rocky songs, which I'm really, really proud of. The ending. As time went on, I started to feel a bit stuck personally because the music was going in a direction that I wasn't really comfortable with. I didn't truly believe in some of the songs that we were working on at the time. I just didn't love them. Like, I have a passion for many different kinds of music. I just felt like this huge part of me was being like pushed away. It's like I was being left with this one small part of me, which it's not being true to myself and it's not a good way to create the best art that you can. So to cut a long story short, we had a few more guys leave the band and let's just say it was because of creative differences. That old chestnut. So then James and I thought, why get any more band members? Like, this is our project and it would be really great if we could just start new and fresh. Then we spent quite a long time away just writing songs and getting away from the big rock sound that we had been known for. Some of that time was quite hard for me. It's like when you break up with somebody. I knew that that situation was the right thing to do. I knew that what we were working on was right, but you always feel a bit of sense of failure. I got myself in quite a bad place I don't know, I'm smiling. I think that's the only thing you can do, thinking about that situation. But I got something good creatively out of it, because one day I just sat down and I wrote about all the things I was feeling, and that song would go on to become my favourite song that we've actually released so far.
You don't even know me, I don't know myself. You're turning me into someone else. Wanna be all that I am.
We'd written a few other songs that didn't quite work, but one of the others that did was a song called One Time Thing.
It's just a one-time thing, just a one-off thing. I'll kiss you, not keep you. I'll love you, then leave you.
One Time Thing is such a really fun song. It was really nice just to be able to kind of shake everything off and write something that was like really cheeky and jolly. After our musical break, that's the song we chose to come back with. I think people were surprised because the last time they heard from us, we had released Forever Criminal and we had gone straight to One Time Thing. Change is good, people. You've got to embrace it. It's also the first song that we decided to try something a bit new by getting some official remixes done. We did the same thing with Don't Know Me, and both of those songs ended up getting into the top 10 of the commercial pop chart. The way that James and I work together now is I get like my first draft of the songs done here, and then I go up to his place and we do the second stage, which is kind of produce the track up and make any changes that need to be done from there. It can be tricky at times because both of us have other things we have to do on the side, but I'm much happier with the way that we do everything now. Currently we have a few songs in the pipeline which we've been working on and I'm really excited about, so hopefully you'll be able to hear them soon. So I think that's it for my mini musical history. We're pretty much up to date. I hope that you found it interesting, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!